Get ready for massive news. Hulu is bringing the Emmy and Annie award-winning animated comedy King of the Hill back for its 15th season on July 20. This highly anticipated revival follows Hank and Peggy Hill as they settle into retirement on Rainey Street, all while trying to keep their neighbors in line. We dive into everything we know about this return and what we can expect from the new adventures of the Hill family.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSockets Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, the FX drama world is buzzing after they dropped a surprise prequel episode of The Bear called Gary. This hour-long installment features Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Richie and John Bernthal as Mikey, exploring their complicated relationship and uncovering new layers of Mikey's mental state before the main series kicks off. Find out how this episode recontextualizes their story and what it means for the upcoming season. We continue with the exciting news surrounding The Bear. FX just released the surprise episode Gary, which gives us deep insight into Richie and Mikey's journey, written and directed by Ebon Moss-Bachrach and John Bernthal themselves. This episode serves as a crucial emotional context piece ahead of The Bear Season 5, which is widely expected to be the final chapter for this incredible series. We break down all the details on this must-see episode. And finally, the details on King of the Hill are locked in. We confirm that the second revival season of King of the Hill is officially setting its premiere date for July 20 on Hulu. Hank and Peggy are officially retiring, and Bobby is navigating adulthood as an entrepreneur. Don't miss a moment of this massive return. Tune in now for all the latest updates. The beloved animated comedy King of the Hill is set to return for its 15th season, premiering on July 20. The series, an Emmy and Annie award-winning creation by Mike Judge and Greg Daniels, will debut all 10 episodes simultaneously on Hulu and on Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. The new season reimagines the story, placing Hank and Peggy Hill in a significantly changed Arlen as they navigate retirement on Rainey Street while attempting to maintain order among their neighbors. Meanwhile, Bobby is thrust into adulthood, balancing enduring friendships with the challenges of managing his own business. The revival takes place several years after the original series, following Hank and Peggy's return from working in Saudi Arabia. Bobby, now 21, has moved to Dallas to pursue a career as a chef, adjusting to the realities of adult life. The voice cast remains anchored by Mike Judge, alongside Kathy Najimy, Pamela Adlon, Stephen Root, Lauren Tom, and Toby Huss. The series originally aired on Fox from 1997 to 2009, before being revived for streaming after Fox declined to continue the run. Produced by 20th Television Animation, and executive produced by Mike Judge and Greg Daniels alongside showrunner Saladin Patterson. The production team includes Michael Rotenberg, Howard Klein for 3 Arts Entertainment, Dustin Davis for Bandera Entertainment, and Norm Hiscock. Season 14 proved to be a major success, marking a strong return for the series and becoming the most viewed adult animation season premiere in 5 years across Disney Plus and Hulu, achieving 4.4 million global views in its first week, and earning a near-perfect 98% score on Rotten Tomatoes. The series has since surpassed 1 billion minutes streamed globally across its platforms. FX has released a surprise tie-in episode of its critically acclaimed series, The Bear, titled Gary, which is now available on Hulu. The hour-long installment features characters Richie, played by Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and Mikey, portrayed by John Bernthal. Both Moss-Bachrach and Bernthal co-wrote the script for the episode, and Christopher Storer served as the director. Gary is set a few years before the main series begins, following best friends Richie and Mikey on a work trip. Moss-Bachrach expressed his enthusiasm for the production on Instagram, stating, "Making this was a dream come true. Thanks to the beautiful people of Gary, Indiana, and as always Chicago, Illinois." The production of the 5th and final season of The Bear began in January. Recurring cast member Jamie Lee Curtis confirmed the end of the series in February, sharing that filming had concluded. Curtis reflected on the experience, noting, "Finished strong." Surrounded by an extraordinary crew and group of writers and producers, and scene partners on the show that Chris Storer created, completing the story of this extraordinary family that we have all fallen in love with. Got to finish it out with my baby Berzato bear. The Bear, which premiered in 2022, has rapidly ascended to critical acclaim, becoming an awards powerhouse. The series has secured 21 Primetime Emmy Awards, including for Outstanding Comedy Series, alongside 5 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy. The main cast of The Bear includes Jeremy Allen White as Carmi Berzato, Ayo Edebiri as Sydney Sid Adamu, Lionel Boyce as Marcus Brooks, Lisa Kalon-Zayas as Tina Marrero, Maddie Matheson as Neil Fack, and Edwin Lee Gibson as Ebrahim. FX has dropped a surprise episode of the acclaimed series, The Bear, on Hulu, titled Gary. The new installment serves as a flashback, delving into the complicated relationship between Richie, played by Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and Mikey, portrayed by John Bernthal, during a work trip to Gary, Indiana. According to the official description, the episode explores the two friends' dynamic, unearthing new aspects of Mikey's mental state while providing essential context on the man Richie was when introduced in Season 1, thereby reframing their entire narrative from the outset with added emotional depth. Moss-Bachrach and Bernthal co-wrote the episode, and Christopher Storer directed the production. Moss-Bachrach announced the episode on his Instagram, noting that Gary will appear on Hulu as a standalone title rather than integrated into the main, The Bear catalog. This new episode precedes the highly anticipated release of The Bear, Season 5, which is tentatively slated for June, following the June release schedule of previous seasons. Speculation is mounting that Season 5 could be the final season of the series, a sentiment echoed by recurring guest star Jamie Lee Curtis. Christopher Storer executive produces The Bear, alongside a large production team including Josh Sr., Joanna Kahlo, Cooper Wade, Tyson Bidner, Maddie Matheson, Hiro Murai, and Renee Gube, with Courtney Storer serving as a co-executive producer and culinary producer. The series is produced by FX Productions. The highly anticipated second revival season of the sitcom King of the Hill is set to premiere on Hulu, marking the show's 15th overall season. The new season is scheduled to debut all 10 episodes on July 20. Hulu initially secured 20 episodes for the revival. Following the show's successful return in 2025, the network renewed it for 2 additional seasons, pushing the series to season 17. The official logline describes the new narrative. Hank and Peggy settle into retirement life on Rainy Street while trying to prevent their neighbors from spiraling, while Bobby navigates old friendships alongside the pressures of entrepreneurship. The cast remains largely intact, featuring original series members Mike Judge, Kathy Najimy, Pamela Adlon, Stephen Root, Lauren Tom, and Toby Huss returning as their characters. Following the passing of Johnny Hardwick, the voice of Dale Gribble was taken over by Toby Huss. Additionally, Ronnie Ching will reprise his role as Hank and Peggy's Laotian neighbor, Con Sufanausen Phone. The series continues to be overseen by co-creators Mike Judge and Greg Daniels, who serve as executive producers, with Saladian Patterson acting as showrunner and executive producer. The production is handled by 20th Television. Season 14 garnered strong reception, achieving a 98% critical approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes and debuting at number 2 on the Nielsen Top 10 streaming chart. Furthermore, Disney reported that the new episodes amassed 4.4 million global views within the first 7 days of streaming.